time for a tip. All right, so I wanted to give you some ideas of things that I've learned along the way shooting film that kind of helped me be a better photographer and understand what I was doing. So here's one of the things I would highly recommend you do, and that is record data. So data. I like data. So the digital cameras, when you shoot with those, you can always look at it and see what you shot at, what f-stop, shutter speed. When you're shooting film, you generally can't do that. This camera that I'm shooting with right now, this is a Nikon F5. It's one that was one of the first ones that you actually could plug in and get data from. But I don't do that. But what I do is when I have something new, like I'm working on a project with this one right now, and I've loaded a roll of Delta 3200 ISO. And I haven't shot that with this camera yet. So what do is I take my notebook with me, and as I'm shooting film, I'm writing all the information down. So here's the page. Probably didn't focus in time, but so I write all the information about what it was, what I was shooting, and what the light conditions were, so that when I get that film back, I can look at it and I can go back through that and understand what am I trying to get and where am I trying to go with it, so that I don't have to use as much film to get where I'm trying to go. And the more you do it, the more you understand it. So, oh, I lost my train of thought. Hang on a second. Now I remember. So some of these, like this notebook, this is one that I did. This was probably 20 years ago I was shooting this film, and I'd get the prints back and I'd put it in my notebook, and I would have all these notes on what I did to make that photograph. And it's really nice to have this to go back to and see stuff that I've done in the past, how I was shooting, what lens I was shooting with. It's really interesting. So I would highly recommend always doing that, having something with you to record. I'm also working on another shot with this Minolta, and so this is my notebook that I carry around with me to keep the notes for the Minolta. I just did a video on the Voigtlander, and all the shots that I did from the Voigtlander I recorded in here. Now sometimes it's, you don't have time to stop and write it all down. The other thing I've done is, like with this Nikon, I was downtown shooting and I just used my phone. So I would take a picture of the top of the screen so I would know what it was that I shot, and a picture of what I shot, and then when I got home, record it in my notebook. So that is a tip for today. Recording the data so that you can become a better photographer, learning about your camera that you're using, the lenses that you're using, and really the film you're using. And hopefully that helps. Have a great day.